Welcome along and welcome to a very wet and windy Spruce Mountain Farms. We are going to be continuing planting the corn today. First, I need to refill the fuel on our tractor. The Steiger, was a little bit low. So we're going to refuel that. As soon as we refill this, we're going to put some extra seeds in and just top that up. It's at about 80% on our seeder at the moment. And then once we get this going and get this started over on field 8 over there, we need to get the tractor, the John Deere, on the roller repaired. So that needs doing. That is all done. So let's start this up and lower it down, and then I want to come along here and open all of these. Just pop along the line here. There we go. And then over here we've still got our 2 seed bags attached to the front of the New Holland, so we'll drag this over here. We're going to drive the seeder straight out, so won't do too badly. There we go. So empty that out. Not going to take too long because, as I said, it was about 80% full. Drop those down so as not to do too much effort on the hydraulics. And let's close these back up. There we go. Just along the line quickly like that. Lift it up. And away we go. We should be able to get out of here without too much hassle. Maneuverability on this is pretty good, so more getting through this gap here that I'm worried about. And up the gears and away. Yeah, we just need to avoid these trees going around here. It's quite tight, this end of the farm, and you can see that by how much I'm having to maneuver and stake round and clip the wall. In fact, oh no, back that up. Oh, we're going to hit the seeder on there as well. There we go. And I think what we might do this time is get Courseplay to do this field. So we want to end up here. We'll create Courseplay field work. In fact, everything is pretty much exactly where I want it to be. So multiple tools, no. Number of headlands, 2. Headland, turn in the corners. 7% overlap. And we want it to do the center of the field first. Yeah, all that looks good. Let's generate the course. And it says to go. Do you know what? I want to check longest edge. Generate fieldwork course. Yeah, it says to go that way. So, yeah, we're going to go with that. Nice and straight. If I go longest edge, it's slightly crooked. So, we'll go like this. I think this edge here is at a slight angle. So let's get out of here. It's going to end at this point here, which is exactly where I want it to finish. But it's going to start over at this far corner. And I'm quite happy with it actually doing it this way. The slope of the field is north-south, not east-west. So it will work quite well for us with actually carting when we're getting the silage and when we're doing the forage harvester on here. We want first waypoint as our selection. We are going to go out of cab, check where we are. Yes, we're good. Right, back it up a little bit so that it's in the right place. We are doing corn down there, and so yeah, away it goes. And it's going to eat into the side there, but that is all good. With that done, we need to get the John Deere sorted. So this is looking pretty sorry. Damage is at 58%, so it's conking out a fair amount. Let's get it repaired. So 2,300 for the repair. It's not great, but it is done, and then the power roll is good. Okay. So that gets this ready, but right now we don't want to be getting this onto the field. It's way too soon to get this rolling, we probably need to let that other tractor get about halfway across the field before we can do that. So I'm going to go and put away a lot of our seed bags here. Get these all unloaded. And then we need to do something we haven't done for a while. And that is check on our cows, because I don't know what the feed level is like on them, or any of that sort of setup. And we also need to go and correct the error in the grass as well. Now I'm using this shed here to store my bags. We're going to use the far end to store the cotton when we come to do that. So yeah, and I've got a really neat idea for how we're going to do the cotton later on. So I will let you guys in on that in a bit. First, we need to drop bags here and get this all unloaded. I have noticed while I've been loading these up, and in fact I can see from the wear and tear on here, this tractor too, we're gonna need to repair this as well. So I'm just going to line this up, drop these bags off, and then we'll go and do the same thing again. We'll take this tractor into the repair bay and get this repaired too. So drop that bag off and then back out a little bit, lift this one up, and then drop that one off too. And we can then use actually this just to push these in and even them up a bit. So like that. And then we'll take this into our repair shop and get it repaired. As I was saying, the only thing I don't like is the repair shop is very, very plain on this map. It is just the spanner icon here. I'd quite like some shelves or something in here just to show it a little bit more. That's going to be 1,700. How's the rest of our stuff? The rest of our stuff is all good, so that's okay. So, yeah, we can get this back to unloading the bags now, and we've only got 4 to go, so it'll only be 2 more trips. Now, the last 2 bags I'm actually going to leave on the front of here, because I think we will probably need to refill the seeder. So we can park this tractor then by the side of the field, and hopefully, well, let's just check this. The cows actually have enough feed. We've got a lot of milk, though. So I think what we'll do is we'll park this by the side of the field. We don't need to worry about refilling the feed on our cows for now. But we could do with selling some milk and making some money from that. So we'll just park this over here on the grass. I've adjusted the seeding on this a little bit. If we have a look at this, I've set it to do 3 headlands now instead of 2. The Steiger was having trouble with some of the trees turning round. So, yeah, we've set it to 3 headlands. That now is having a better time of it and should make much easier work of this field. So what I'm going to do now is take this. Actually, I want to drop our truck bed off in the shed here. And we're going to go and put on the back of this the tanker trailer we've got for the milk. Get that loaded up as well. We're also going to need to supply some water to our cows at some point too. Now this should be a couple of trips with this. This is only a 6,000 litre tank, I think. Maybe a little bit more actually. We'll find out in a moment. So let's refill this. And yes, 6,065 litre tank. Best place to sell milk at the moment. That would be down at the Central Exports by the looks of things. Yeah. So we'll tag that. That, though, I'm pretty sure I know where that is. If we head round this way, it's smack bang in the middle Yeah, exactly where we have recently bought the lime from. And this is the same place we tried to sell the silage to previously, and it wouldn't take it. So, looks like it's going to take the milk fine, though. And at 1,300, we're looking at making about 15 grand off these two tanker full. It all depends on how much we make off this. So, oh, not quite. It looks like we're going to make about 14 grand in total. So let's go and pop back to the farm, reload, and head back down here for the second, the second sell-off. Second full tank of milk from here. I think we're leaving not a huge amount here. We've got, less than 1,000 litres of milk left. So this will be a nice, easy amount of money to make off here. 14,000, we don't need to get anything else really. The other job I do need to do today is we keep seeing it every time we drive down this farm track. We've got this great ugly swath of land that didn't get seeded. So I need to grab one of my tractors really and seed that because, well, we need to do the grass. And we need to do the grass fairly soon, I think. We've got half of our cows, half of our cow feed is gone. So we're going to need to redo that soon. And we're going to need to put a whole load of hay in with that. So we don't really want to be buying hay. I think next month in June, while we're waiting for our stuff to grow, is going to be the first time we cut the grass. And I'd really like that strip sorted before then. So I think today, if we get a chance, then we will probably try and plant that strip. And we might go and do it when we get back up to the field in a moment. First, let's sell this off. So another... Oh, double clicked. There we go. So another 6,000 litres. 0 for the environmental score, selling £19 worth, which isn't that surprising. I think, there we go, 7,035 in sold milk, with 144 for the environmental score. We've done well off that. I think we need to go back now and, let's go sort this bit of grass. What I am going to do once I've parked this up, I think, and drop this tanker off, is go wash this. Look at the state of this truck. Now, do I need to put the trailer on the back, or is it just dirty in general? I think it's just dirty in general. We'll just give it a quick wash. If the truck bed needs it as well, we'll have to bring it back over here. But let's maintain our truck a little bit. Our 3,500 here. And get this washed down. Now, I would like to replace this for the 2022. Unfortunately, the attachments for the 3,500 that take are for the crew cabs, so the extended version of it. Unfortunately, that means we wouldn't be able to put the tanker on because the tanker doesn't fit the crew cab version of this, which is incredibly annoying. I would, I'd very much like to make that. Oh, wow, yes. We've now got a very clean front part and a very dirty rear section. So I might have to take that and clean that in a bit. But at the moment, that will do for now. And we could really do with cleaning that. So our Steiger is out there somewhere, still making its way across the field. I think it's at the bottom end of the field somewhere. We can see here it's about halfway through the main body of the field. So we'll want to start rolling this in a minute. What I am going to do first, though, as I said, is go and get our roller stroke seeder for the grass and just get that strip done. It'll only take us a moment, and once it's done, and that can start growing and doing better. With any luck, we'll be able to cut most of the rest of the field next month, and then we can roll it all at the same time and have that strip acting properly going forwards. What I am going to have to do is just go and nick some seeds from our New Holland over here, because we don't have any in the back of this. We don't need many, but just enough to get this done. So drop that down, open it up, start this up, and yeah, should easily be able to just put a few seeds in here. There we go. That'll more than do it. We can always come back here and empty any that we don't need out. Lift this up, and right, let's go and get that little strip seeded. And it is just a little strip that the hired worker missed when it was doing the field. For some reason, I don't know why it missed this. It's an odd bit to miss. So let's start the seeding up. Put this down. And yeah, just seed this little strip here. And you can see it's wide. It's thinner than the width of the roller, because it's rolling the grass either side of it as well. So yeah, it's a weird one, but it's done and dusted, and there we go. Right, turn that off, and yeah, that's used next to nothing of the seed, but has closed that hole in the field. And with that job done, I've emptied out the seeds. They're sitting next to RT6 and dropped off the seeder. We can now hook this up to the back. And yeah, we'll go and get started on rolling this field, because our Steiger is a decent size. Oh, well, I was going to say a decent amount ahead of us, but I've just noticed it needs to be refilled, which is exactly why we have this tractor sitting at the side of this field, ready to go. So we'll bring this in behind, and then I'll need to lower it down. But it's opening. Actually, it's opening up for me. Let's do that. Do it the easier way. Get those all opened up, and then fill them up. Gonna take a decent amount of it. Right, back off, and we'll get it going again. So up to the cab, and away you go. Fantastic, and it's off. The Steiger back planting. We can now scoot around the end here and get started on rolling in the crop that we've got here. Now, I want to avoid where the where the Steiger is likely to go again. So I'm going to leave the very end row and line up for this. Yeah. We want to be going north-south. Go down with that. And give me a 0 degrees, please. And this is going to go much smoother than the last field. Going to be much easier to keep straighter on this. Because it is just running so much, well, such a much nicer field to be running on. Wow, this is going to need to drop a few gears, though. Yeah, there we go. D3 will do it. Because we're doing headlands on this field, I'm not feeling the need to lift the rollers at the end. We're just turning on the headlands and then coming back down onto each row. Also, going a direct north-south is really nice. It's very, very easy for us to line up when we haven't got GPS on this tractor. Yeah, I don't want to put GPS on this tractor. We're looking to try and upgrade this at some point. There is nothing in the sales, I don't think. No, we're still short as far as the sales go. So nothing in there for us at the moment. Eventually, though, I do want to replace this. We're coming up to 50 hours on this tractor, and that is going to continue to make it harder to maintain. So, yeah. But yeah, you can see here, I'm just coming around and I'm turning on the headlands. Not too worried. It will change that to seed bed, but that won't make much difference. And on here, it just means that we get some nice straight edges, and we get to be a little bit more realistic by not lifting our rollers. I'm very much considering doing round cotton bales this year rather than square ones. It gives us some extra choices as far as what we can do. We got this cotton wheel grab that's much easier to do. We've got a cotton tag trailer that holds more bales. Yeah, it would be an easier stuff to work with. My biggest problem is the price of the harvester. 485 for the case, 847 for the John Deere. And if we were to lease that, it's going to be 43,000 base and nearly 8,000 a day just to have it on the farm. It is so expensive to do it with John Deere. But I can't avoid the fact that it would be very, very easy for us to handle the bales with it. Let me know what you think. We're doing twice as much cotton this year as we did last year. So it will pay better for us. But, of course, having that extra £8,000 a day. How much is our leasing cost now, actually? Currently, we have a vehicle leasing cost. Here we go. So it would take our vehicle leasing costs. It would double our vehicle leasing costs a month. Is what it would do. That's quite a big chunk of money per month to just have that sitting there. It would be slowly paying off, but I don't know if that's worth it. I don't know if it's worth sitting that there for that long, and maybe instead hoping that one comes up in the used instead. I think we might be better off going that way. And just leasing one for this year, and then looking at where we are next year, and yeah, maybe just seeing if we get lucky at some point, and it comes up for sale and saves us a whole load of money. Our timing seems to be roughly about right. We are still working the main body of the field. We've not caught the other tractor up. And the Steiger seems to now be onto the headlands. Although it's sitting there at the moment. There we go. Just seemed to be really maneuvering itself. But yeah, that is now very much onto the headlands. It's positioning itself and working around that. That does mean I need to start being a little bit more careful about how I'm turning around on the ends. Partly because we're now going to be turning on seeded areas. And it looks like it's missing a tiny section at the end of each row, which is a little bit annoying. Yeah, I don't quite know why that is doing that. That's supposed to have a 7% overlap, and therefore not miss bits like that. Also, we're getting a little bit low on fuel with this tractor, so what we're going to do is we're going to get to the end of the main body of this field. We'll pick up our rollers and we'll go and refill this tractor, and hopefully by the time we've done that, our seeder will have gone round, and it's only got 3 headlands to do. So how's it doing? It's got down to that bottom corner. The hope is that in that time then it will have got at least 2 of the headlands done, if not all 3. And we'll be able to just go round with the roller. We do at least 2 rows for every one that the seeder does. So we're going to be going around the ends of this fairly easily. But yeah, it's going to miss a small section at each end of this field for some odd reason. I don't know why, and yeah, that's going to be a little bit weird, but never mind. We should be able to handle that. And yeah, we'll be in a good position at the end of this road. And that means we're only going to have to turn around on where we've seeded once. So that is very good news. Coming to the end of the road then, and we'll pull up about here. Yeah, just bring it to the end there. Lift, and then fold. And yeah, we'll go fill the tractor up. Make sure that we are fully fueled for the rest of this field, and then that will mean that this will all be done today, which is the last day to get the maize in. So I am very, very happy that we managed to do that. I think while we're topping this up, we might try and top up the DEF as well. So tractor off. Let's grab our DEF. Get that topping up first. And top up the diesel too. I think it's topping up the DEF as well. Doesn't tell me from outside if it's topping up the DEF, but I think that, yeah, that is the diesel topped up. And yeah, that is almost the DEF topped up as well. There we go. So we'll get the can of that out the way. How much we got left in that? That is 19 liters of DEF left. So yeah, not a huge amount, but enough. That was a 50-litre one that we got, so it's been lasting a little while, especially considering there aren't many machines we've got on the farm that actually use it. And yeah, now I just need to wait a bit while our Steiger comes round and does a couple more headlands. So the Steiger's gone past, and what I'm going to do is set myself up roughly where that is going. As I said, we've got about 2 rows worth of width to our roller. So I'm just going to follow it around the field at this point, I think. Down and out. Yeah. And yeah, we'll be able to follow it around the field. We can turn fairly sharply with this roller and get round. And when we do that, it will all pan out fairly well. So should be able to get round the corner here with this like that. Yep. And then we'll just follow along behind and get this rolled, and then we'll be able to when it hits the last, when it does the last round, we'll just be able to follow behind it again. So it'll be pretty good. In fact, I think it's moving a lot faster than I am, so I'm fully expecting it to pull away. And actually, we've not quite made it to the end before the seeder needs refilling. We have got 800 litres of seed here, so that's all right. Driver will open up the flaps for me, and then we can put some more seed into it. It'll take probably all of this, I think. Yep. And then off it goes again. There we are. And we just need to get our New Holland out the way. Well, we've kept up behind the Steiger. It's got a little bit slow in turning in the corners, so it's not been too hard for us to keep up. It has missed a few bits, and we've got a few patches throughout this field where it's failed to seed with the hired worker with course play. It's not horrible, and I don't think it's going to make a big difference to us overall. So I am just gonna pull up and get this last little bit done. It is 6:20 in the evening, so we've done well. We've done really well, actually. We've got this field. We've got all of our fields at this point fully planted. And we are looking at going into the back half of the year in a really strong position as a result. As I said, I'm really interested in what people's thoughts are on the possibility of going for a John Deere cotton harvester and maybe the easier to handle round bales. To be honest, the square bales are not that hard to handle, and we could do them fairly easily, I think. But I do wonder about maybe going with those round bales and having a play with that setup as well. I haven't moved the bag of seeds I've got here out the way. I need to do that, and we're going to have to go and give this Steiger a wash down, so that's going to be a job for next time as well, I think. It is mucky, and we need to actually unload the seeds from this. So maybe that bag of seeds there, we'll put those in here and then unload all of them next time. I think that'll be a pretty good way to go. But now we can finish up the rolling here. Now that I've moved the Steiger out the way. So there we go. Straighten things up. Lift our rollers. Fold them up as well. Gonna fold. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, that is all of our seeding for the year done. Absolutely fantastic. We need to get all of these washed down, and we'll get them done next day. And then I think we're gonna need to start looking into the possibility of getting our grass field cut and making some hay, because our cows are gonna need feeding in the near future. For now, though, this is where we're going to leave it for today. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.